Let's take a look at zooming on a TI-83 Plus Silver Edition. First one we're going to look at is y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 6. So I'm going to press my y equals, and I'll put an x squared minus 5x plus 6. This is assuming you know graphing, so if you're not comfortable with graphing, then go watch those videos and practice those. And then graph. And we see this. Comes down, we can see a little bit of it come down below the x-axis and going back up. We're wondering what's going on there. First one we're going to look at is zoom in. So I'll press zoom button, and I want to choose zoom in. Now I could down arrow to it and press enter on it, or we can simply just press the number that's in front of it, the 2. Now when it comes back, it's waiting for me to position the cursor where we want to zoom in at. So if I move my right arrow key over, right there. If I do an up arrow key, that's what the cursor looks like. So bring it back down, and we want to zoom in maybe right there. So we'll press enter, and that becomes our new center, and it zooms in based upon that. Now it's still in zoom in mode, so each time you press enter, it'll zoom in by another factor. Now you want to wait till it comes back before you do anything in your calculator. I'm going to try to hang this up, see if I'm successful. So press enter, enter. So I didn't wait till it came back. I immediately pressed another enter, and see those 4 little dots going back and forth in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Well, that's gone to Never Never Land. That's not going to come back. You could let it sit there for 2 weeks and won't come back. It'll keep doing that till the battery goes dead or some kind of electronic failure happens. To get it out of that, you either press on or you press your enter, and that'll take it out of that. Now I've zoomed in so much I can't see anything anymore. To set it back to your standard viewing window, you press zoom, and then you want to choose 6 for Z standard. Now that was zoom in. Let's look at zoom box. So I'm going to press zoom, and our first one is Z box. So I'll press enter on it, and then I'm going to do an up arrow and left arrow. My cursor may be about right there. This is going to be the upper left hand corner of our box. Now once you get it there, you press enter 1 time, and you do your down arrow, and you don't have to keep pressing it over and over. You can just hold it. Like I'll hold the right arrow, and see it scrolls over and creates a box. And you want to move it till it's in the lower right hand corner of your box. And you can adjust it. If I went too far, I can go back, I can go up, so forth, down. Now once you get it just right, then you press enter, and it'll zoom in just what you have within your box. Very precise way to zoom in. I love this because it gives you complete control over the zooming. Then you can see what's going on. Well, I can do zoom, and then I can choose Z standard again to set it back to my standard viewing window, like that. Let's look at our other one. Y is equal to x squared minus 400. So go back to y equals, clear, and I'll do my x key, x squared minus 400, and graph. Don't see anything. Well, this is the third one we're going to look at, to zoom out. If I choose zoom and choose zoom out, number 3, it's waiting for me to position my cursor, and that's good with the origin, so I'll just go ahead and press enter, and then you can see that. Now we can see more of our graph by zooming out again, or I could change to a different zooming method. I could choose zoom and choose Z box. Maybe I want to look at the x-intercepts a little closer. So I'll create a box. Put this in the upper left-hand corner, press enter 1 time. And then do my down arrow, do my right arrow. So it gets over there. And again, whatever I drew my box around is what it's going to zoom in on. So I press enter on that, and then I can see that. To set it back to your standard viewing window, again, zoom and choose 6. Now there's other zooming options, but this video isn't to make you an expert on zooming. This video is to show you the most popular ones that I have used in algebra. Those other ones, while they might be important for some instructors, they may like those better. These are the ones I find most useful. You can also change the window settings. So if I come here and press window, See how it goes from negative 10 to 10 by 1s, negative 10 to 10 by 1s for the x and the y. I can have this go from negative 40, have it go to positive 40, and have it go tick marks by 10s. Now if I press graph, clear over here is negative 40, clear over here is positive 40, and it goes by 10s. So this is negative 40, negative 30, negative 20, negative 10, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. And I can see by changing that view, it looks like negative 20 and 20 are my x-intercepts, which they are. It's a little bit of a danger here. If I come to window and I screw these up, like I put 50 in for the x-min, you can't have your x-min larger than your x-max. If I press graph, it gives me a window range error. Well, if I press enter on the quit, if you ever mess up your zooming, if you ever mess up your window settings, how you can always fix it is you press zoom, and then you just choose 6 for Z standard. And that probably fixes 90% of your problems on your calculator in terms of the graphing. And that's zooming on the TI-83 plus Silver Edition.